Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Bryant, talking to you about you and your business. You know content is king. You've heard that. It's not just a cliche. It's a cornerstone of business. And there's been pandas, there's been penguins, there's been butterflies that have been all part of the Google landscape of search engine optimization. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the importance of content. Our guest, Liora Farkovitz, she's going to tell us about that. She is with LioraFarkovitz.com. And Liora, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Kevin.
You bet. And I think this is a very timely topic. And we're also going to talk a little bit about your article that we have at priceofbusiness.com. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let's talk about that first, and then let's talk a little bit about the importance of content. Tell us about your philosophy, your view when it comes to this old, but I think important adage.
Well, I think that when you're working with an entrepreneur, that it's quite intimate because this is something that they care very deeply about. They care about their businesses as much as they care about their families, and their livelihood is reliant upon it, and they have, everything they've ever done with their career and their finances, staked on their success. So that means that I really have to care about what's happening in their businesses and how it impacts their work and their financial life, but also how it impacts their family. So a lot of times they're telling me about their deepest desires, not in a personal way, but in terms of what they want to have happen. And so my caring about those results is a really important part of how I do business, and it's the reason, that we responded to your question about, do you have an experience that speaks to this?
Yeah, tell us that experience.
Well, a lot of times my husband will say to me that I get too close to my clients, and that I'm too personal with them. But I think that because of the level of intimacy about talking about what they want to accomplish, that happens, and that's how I care about them. And it's also how I'm able to write about them personally as subject matter experts, about their businesses and what their objectives are, and about their products and why they matter. This began many years ago when I owned a software packaging and distribution company. Software programmers would call me and they would tell me about their software programming idea, and they would have spent, $300,000 out of their 401k to develop that product over, the course of 3 or 4 years. And everybody thinks when they're writing down their idea on a napkin or they're sharing it for the first few times with friends that they can do it quickly or that they can do it comprehensively, and it's not going to really take that much out of what they do. But when you make a commitment to develop a business and a product, you're investing in, something that's supposed to be bigger than you and exist after you go. So it takes a lot of work to make your business viable and sustainable without you being the only product that you have to offer. And it takes a lot of business coaching, and it takes a lot of understanding about how to convey that.
Yeah.
So on a simple basis, I could say that I'm a writer, and I do write all kinds of material. It can be business content, marketing content, product, materials and documentation, and, what we refer to as organic or guerrilla marketing, where we're writing articles about those people and placing them or asking other people to write about our clients or even our own company. So the other side of that, content development, which goes the step beyond writing to audio, video, the way that these little Vine stop action pictures work. I mean, there's something new all the time. There's curriculum that we do quite often now. Is the way that you send it out into the marketplace. And I refer to these as conduits. And, you are an example of a conduit for someone where you're asking them questions about their business and what they're doing and why, and they have an opportunity to reach your audience. And those are new people, for anybody that you interview. And a new opportunity to share why they invested so much of themselves and all of their resources into that business.
Yeah.
So,
I'm fixing to have to. We have a very short time frame, so if you could wrap it up, that would be awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's beat the clock around here.
Woo! I think that's the fastest I've ever told the story. So
well, you did a fantastic job. I love the story, and I think I love it when people have that challenge of becoming kind of emotionally attached to their clients. I think I think there's not enough empathy. I think our selfie culture has created a selfish culture. And I love this idea of really thinking in terms of putting the client first. And obviously, you emulate those values.
I try. I don't believe in loving money first, and that's the difference between personal service is if you love the dollar more than you love your client, then you're never going to serve your client. You're going to always serve your dollar.
Yeah.
And not that dollars aren't valuable, but dollars are tools. They're not people. It's like a hammer or a screwdriver, and that's how you revere money.
There you go.
In my opinion.
I think that's healthy. I appreciate that. Your website before I let you go.
It's just my name, LioraFarkovitz.com. Pretty simple. We're not complicated about what we do. We're looking for clients who want a lot of that personal help and are willing to make an investment in us in the same way that we make an investment in them.
I appreciate you being with us. Great story today.
Thank you so much.
All right. When we come back, do you want to? There's much more about her over at priceofbusiness.com. I love her article over there, which compelled us to get her on. And I wish we had more time. That's one thing we're always in a rush around here. But check that out over at priceofbusiness.com. I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business.